We all love playing games, and today I have brought for you 10 more games that you can play on your mobile device. Hey guys, Omar here from C4E and here are some must play titles for the month of July. So if you end up liking this video, please do consider subscribing and turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Let's now get started. Starting off our list today, we have Dragon Raja. Now, this one comes from your suggestions. A lot of you guys wanted this to be included in the best looking Android game series, and honestly, I can see why. Built on Unreal Engine 4, Dragon Raja looks absolutely gorgeous. There's a ton of character design, and unlike other MMORPGs on mobile, the battle system here isn't just based on clicking. There's a ton of cool actions and skills to learn, and the combat is varied depending on class and characters. The story is pretty great too, and the cutscene and voice acting is way more polished than what I'd expect from a typical mobile game. Overall, a gorgeous RPG, but with two caveats. An internet connection is a must, and there's a lot of pay-to-win elements in the higher levels. Moving on from a game that looks as good as once on PC to one that is actually a port of a PC title, we have Stellaris Galaxy Command. Now, one quick word of warning, this is not the full PC game. In fact, a lot of it has been simplified to fit the limitations of a mobile title. But what we do have here is a great science fiction themed strategy and resource management game. The visuals are really good and the gameplay is solid, with most controls being well adapted to being played on a touchscreen. Stellaris Galaxy Command is a must play for everyone who loves strategy and resource management games with a sci-fi twist to it. Continuing on the space sim, we have Endurance Space Action. Now, this one is actually a prequel story to Ailment, but you don't really need to play the first game to understand what's going on here. It's a typical bullet hell sort of a game with hordes of enemies, lots of different guns, and generally a dark and mysterious storyline. We played through the opening few levels, and gotta say, the gameplay here was really enjoyable, and the art style and background score matches the spooky spaceship environment to a T. Now, while the top 3 games in today's list are full-blown mobile RPGs that have a detailed storyline with quests and everything, the 4th entry on our list, Desert Riders, is a fun little game that's awesome to just pick up and play for a while. The aim here is pretty simple. We are driving a car Mad Max style through the desert, and we have to shoot up the enemies that appear on screen. The gameplay is straightforward. The graphics have that cartoony vibe to them, and overall the bright colors along with a great sense of depth makes the desert environment come alive. At number 5, we are back again with another RPG, but this time it's more of a strategy based gameplay than an action packed one. Exos Heroes combines the anime style character design with a well detailed world map to make one of the most beautiful looking open world adventure games that we have on mobile. Now, the combat here is turn-based, and honestly, it's pretty simple once we got the hang of it. As it is with these types of games, the fighting can feel a bit repetitive after a while, but the flashy animations and varying skill trees at least kept things a little interesting. Now, I love football, so now that EPL is back again, I felt like playing a few games myself. Only problem is that FIFA on mobile is extremely pay to win, which is why we have Dream League Soccer 2020. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is still pay to win, but the grinding is somewhat easier than FIFA and the gameplay here is really good. The graphics remind me of FIFA 07, which again, for a mobile game is decent, and there's some commentary thrown in as well. If you like football and are bored of playing FIFA and PES over and over again, then Dream League Soccer 2020 might be a welcome break. I know a lot of you guys are fans of racing games, so number 7 on today's list is for you. Hot Wheels Infinite Loop puts us in controls of Hot Wheels cars as the zip-zap zoom across twists and turns and loop-de-loops. It's got impressive visuals with fun controls, and for every 90s kid out there, it comes with a dash of nostalgia. There are loads of cars to collect and different tracks to race on. And for anyone who's a fan of racing but has had enough of Asphalt 9 Legends, then Hot Wheels Infinite Loop is definitely worth checking out. Taking a step away from the hectic gameplay, we have the relaxing father and son as the number 8 entry on the list. Brush painted backgrounds, soothing soundtracks, and an adventure that doesn't have any in-app purchases. This game is perfect for those who want to while away some time while being sucked into the beautiful scenery and melodious score. Brought to us by the National Archaeological Museum in Naples, Fathers and Son tells us the story of the last few hours before Mount Vesuvius erupted and life came to a standstill in 79 AD Pompeii. Number 9. Johnny Trigger Sniper. If you're familiar with the Johnny Trigger games, you'd immediately feel at home here. If not, well then this is one of the best ways to waste a few minutes, sniping away at bad guys and scoring headshot after headshot. The gameplay is super simple, but that's what makes this so satisfying. The levels are small and easy to clear, so this one is a great choice for those who just want a fun game to pick up and play for a few minutes. And finally, ending off this list, we have a puzzle game that would certainly appeal to players of the Room series. The Academy, First Riddle, is a puzzle-based game which is based in an academy. We play as Sam, a freshman, who is about to be thrust into the middle of a mystery, and solving these clever puzzles is the only way out of it. The graphics here aren't as detailed as say The Room, but once more the vibrant environment gives it a cheery look that I found quite pleasing. The puzzles themselves aren't that hard either, but the solutions are satisfying and gives a real feeling of accomplishment once we have figured a level out. And while the story isn't the strong point of this game, it certainly is good enough that it kept me hooked throughout my playthrough. Of course, since this is a C4E games list, we can't wrap things up without a bonus game, can we? So, for a bonus game, we have POKÉMON CAFÉ Mix. We have got cute Pokémons and we have to mash them together to clear off the screen. Every time we drag the Pokémons around, we end up creating new dishes and drinks for the Poké customers who have come to our cafe. There really isn't much to explain in such a simple game. Just relax and enjoy the gameplay. And with that, we come to the end of this edition of C4E Games. What do you think of our choices? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, we have links for every game down in the description. And hey, since these are free games, I highly suggest that you try them out. Also, as always, if you end up having a suggestion, any game or app that you'd want me to try out, then leave them in the comments as well. And that's about it for this video. Like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. Thanks a lot for watching till the end, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.